like the whole dynamic of this video, it really shows you that for the most part, women aren't built to have these type of conversations, because literally it only takes one question by the Caucasian to throw the entire discussion haywire.
Like, yes, we live in a white supremacist country. Yes, all white people are fucking racist.
Mm-hmm.
They can learn, they can unlearn, but they are conditioned and socialized in a white supremacist country that tells them from the minute that they are born that they are better than everybody else and that they deserve everything. I don't care how great, amazing, wonderful their parents are, their family, their friends. At a certain point, they go out into the world, they read books, they listen to music, they watch television shows. Unless they're being raised like in the woods, like on some Nell type shit, they are being conditioned by our society to be racist, to be white supremacist. I don't make no distinctions between active, inactive. I don't set no hierarchies of racism. Oh, on a scale of not talking to your Trump supporter parents to a lynching, where are you falling on the racist scale? Like, no, like, it's racism, it's racist. And I also think it's really funny how we talk in terms of these binaries, like as if, oh, if the media is capitalizing off of it, does that mean that there is not an impending race war? Like, both things can be possible, both things can be true.
Well, actually, I just want to stop right there. I just let her go on her little rant for a while, but it's actually funny how amped up and charged up she is, and the conversation just started. And you can already tell something like this is very emotional to her. But just to address her last point that she mentioned, how people use the excuse as the media riling up things. That's because when you understand like how the society works on a high level, everything is basically a media propaganda just to incite basically our people to riot or protest or basically quote unquote come against the system. None of these quote unquote black movements have ever been sincere or legitimate for the most part. They've always been controlled. For those of you brothers who've never heard of this, look up a woman. Her name was Julia Brown. This was like back in the 1960s. She was a CIA informant. For like 9 years, she was undercover in a lot of these communist movements. And she was able to discover that during that time period, and really it extends on today, all these movements have been controlled by like communist forces, specifically like the deep state of the United States. And it even applies to a lot of these movements that exist today. For example, Black Lives Matters. I'm sure a lot of you brothers know this by now. It was funded by George Soros. And it wasn't a coincidence, 2020, George Floyd happened, Breonna Taylor. Of course, those are tragic events. Not saying that they deserve to die or they deserve to have that event happen to them, but look what happened. Literally, people were rioting and protesting across the globe. Why? Because they care about black people so much? No, because they were riled up and angered by the images they saw on TV, as well as certain things that they were programmed with via the media, things like that. But I've been going for a while. Any of y'all brothers have any comments?
In terms of these founders of these movements and whatnot being, basically pawns and puppets for the communist factors, such as your George Soros and people of that nature, your elite families and whatnot, they'll eventually show you where they true intentions lie anyway. Like I'm sure some of y'all done heard about one of them bitches that founded Black Lives Matter. She going out on a spending spree buying mansions out in LA right now. Just spending the donations of the people, the people that actually donated to your so-called cause. Where the money at in the hood, man? Where the hood at today? The hood's still in shambles. The hood's still downtrodden. Still a church on every block in the hood, but right next to it is a damn project, man. Right next to it is a damn corner store that boarded windows, flies on the watermelon outside, mold on the damn potatoes. But there's a church and a Black Lives Matter donation box inside that bitch. So they living it up, but the people still struggling.
the media can be capitalizing off of it. That doesn't mean that it's not a real thing. Like, I don't understand what this either or type of logic is. I think this whole conversation is ridiculous. He's talking about, oh, people polled said that they're not white supremacists. Who's gonna write down on a piece of paper, yes, I am a white supremacist? No, nobody's gonna do that. Like 3%, right? 3% of people.
They're undocumented racists.
Right, but just because you don't want to come out, just because you don't want to come out and say that you're racist, doesn't mean you're not a fucking racist. If you fucking clutch your purse when a black man walks by you, you a fucking racist. You might say, I'm not racist. I'm not racist. I love black people. I love the Migos. Like, bitch, you're still a fucking racist. This whole conversation is hilarious. And anyone that thinks that some real shit is not coming very soon is in denial.
Proverbs 9, starting at verse 13. A foolish woman. Exactly, bro. A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knows nothing, for she sits at the door of her house on a seat by the highest places of the city, to call those who pass by, who go straight in their way. Whoever is simple, let him turn in here, and as for him who lacks understanding, she says to him, stolen water is sweet, and bread eaten in secret is pleasant. But he does not know that the dead are there, that her guests are in the depths of hell. So what's the old saying? Hell have no fury like a woman scorned. She's definitely scorned in this video, and already, as you guys can see, like Chronicles say, the liberal woman, at least the liberal so-called black woman, is a triple agent. She already brought out one of her agencies out, the racialist altar. She already did it. Oh, you don't, shut up, you white bitch. You don't love the Migos. You don't love the black man. You be shivering every time a nigga walks by you. Don't lie. You know, just dumb shit.
The riots in this country are absolutely communist-inspired and communist-dominated. When I was a member of the Communist Party, the communists ordered me to incite other of my people to riot.
I'm Julia Brown. For 9 years, I was a member of the Communist Party, serving as an undercover agent for the FBI. During that time, I learned that the communist conspiracy had been planning and working for years to bring violent revolution to America. It was to be a communist revolution, but the great majority of the American people would not be allowed to realize that until it had already happened. If all goes according to the communist blueprint, Americans will believe that the chaos and violence has something to do with civil rights.
I also think that it might, I think of a lot of things. The first thing I think is that we actually do have an ideological frame. Myself and Alicia in particular are trained organizers. We are trained Marxists. We are super versed on sort of ideological theories, and I think that what we really try to do is build a movement that could be utilized by many, many black folk.
What?
Bitch, you crazy as hell.
Yeah.